Find the UVC and FC for all the costs using high and low method in order to segregate the fixed cost. UVC for direct labor, 105,300 minus with 97,200 divide by 3,000. So we got RM 2 ringgit and 70 cents. The UVC for direct material, 140,400 minus with 129,600 divide with 3,000. So we got 3 ringgit and 60 cents. Then UVC for indirect material, 108,500 minus with 101,000 divide by 3,000. Then we got 2 ringgit and 50 cents. Then the last one is UVC for indirect labor, 53,600 minus with 49,700 divide with 3,000. Then we got 1 ringgit and 30 cents. For direct material and direct labor, there is no fixed cost because the cost behavior for direct material and direct labor is variable cost. For indirect material, the fixed cost 101,000 minus with 2.5 times 36,000, so we got 11,000. Fixed cost for indirect labor, 49,700 minus with 1.3 times 36,000, so we got 2,900. So now let's look on Braxton-Berhart Cost Performance Report for May 2009. We need to classify 3 columns, which are flexible, actual, and also variance. The first item is sales volume. Sales volume for flexible is 37,200. Second, sales. Sales, we need to multiply selling price with the volume. So now let's look on the third item, variable cost. The first item for variable cost is direct labor. To calculate the cost for variable, we use the formula UVC times by sales volume plus fixed cost. For direct labor, we got 100,440 ringgit. For direct material, we got 133,920 ringgit. Then for indirect material, we got 104,000. Then for indirect labor, we got 51,260 ringgit. So for the fourth item, fixed cost, there is one fixed cost, which is other overhead. Fixed cost is constant, which is 100,000 for other overhead. From that, we can calculate total cost. Total cost, we get it from sales variable cost plus with fixed cost. So we got 489,630 ringgit for flexible column. Then from that, we can also calculate net profit, which is we get it from sales minus by total cost. So we got 254,180 ringgit. Then, so let's proceed with actual column. The sales volume for actual column is 37,200. Sales for actual is 781,000 and 200 ringgit. So the detail of the variable cost and fixed cost for actual column, we get it directly from the table. The total cost for actual is 492,820 ringgit. The net profit for actual is 208,000 380 ringgit. Now let's look on variance column. We got variance by minus the greatest value with the lowest value from the column of actual and flexible. So for the first one is direct labor. Direct labor variance is 40,480 ringgit. It is adverse because actual is less than budget. For direct material, we got 38,120 ringgit. It is favorable because actual is greater than budget. Then indirect material, we got 120 ringgit. It is favorable. Then indirect labor, we got 1,200 ringgit, which is favorable. Last one for fixed cost is we got the variance is 2,300, which is adverse. For total cost, we got 3,200 ringgit, which is adverse. And for the last one is net profit. It is 34,000 and it is also adverse. So that's all from.
Let's proceed to question 10b. First, we must prepare a flexible budget for 40,000 units. 40,000 unit multiply with UVC, we got direct labor 2.7 UVC, we got 108,000. For direct material 3.6 UVC, we got 144,000. Indirect material 2.5 UVC, we got 111,000. For indirect labor 1.3, we got 54,900. For fixed cost, we just take from question 10a, so we got 100,000. The total cost is 557,900. We calculate flexible budget for 42,000. Direct labor 2.7 UVC, we got 113,400. For direct material 3.6, we got 151,200. For indirect material 2.5 UVC, we got 116,000. For indirect labor 1.3 UVC, we got 57,500. Fixed cost, we use the same other overhead, which is 100,000. So the total cost we got 580,100. That's all.
Okay, so we go through with advantages of flexible budget. So first of all, flexible budget enable the management to analyze the deviation of actual output from the expected output. So the second one, the management can compare actual cost at the actual volume with the budgeted cost at the actual volume, so that the management can do corrective action purposes.
So next question. For the first one, the question wants to we prepare the standard cost card for Bell. So for the first one, for the cost card, standard cost card, we have direct material. So for the first one, we have to calculate the standard quantity. This is 0.5 and the standard price is 10. So we get total for direct material is 5. The second one is direct labor. The standard quantity for standard rate, we get 0.2 and we multiply with the standard price, that is 50 ringgit. So we get 3 ringgit for our direct labor. So the next one is variable overhead. We get 0.2 for standard hour and we multiply with the standard price is 20. So we get 4 ringgit. And the next is fixed overhead. The standard quantity is 1 and we multiply with 5 for the standard price and we get 5 ringgit. So from these 4 elements, direct material, direct labor and variable overhead and fixed overhead, we get our standard cost. That is 17 ringgit. So 70 ringgit. We plus with the standard profit, that is 10 ringgit. So we get our standard selling price is 27 ringgit. For the big question, we have to calculate the variance. For the first one is for direct material price. So the formula is standard price we minus by actual production, and both of that we can multiply with actual quantity. So for the standard price, we have 10 ringgit. We minus by actual production. We got from calculation of 147,000 divided by 50,000. So from that, we multiply with the actual quantity, that is 50,000. So we get 3,000. That is the positive value. So it is favorable. Is direct material usage. So the formula is standard quantity multiply with actual production minus actual quantity used. So three of these elements we multiply with standard price. So for the standard quantity, that is 0.5, we time actual production, that is 19,500 minus by actual quantity used, that is 50,000, and 3 of this will multiply with 10, our standard price. So we get negative 52,200. So this is that is the negative figure. So that is adverse.
Next, we need to calculate direct labor rate. Direct labor rate, the formula is standard rate minus actual rate we times by actual hour. Our standard rate is 15 ringgit minus with 15 ringgit and 20 cent, which is our actual rate, and we times by 4,050. So we get 880, which is negative figure, so it is adverse. So next, our direct labor efficiency, our formula is standard. Our formula is standard hour we times by actual production minus with actual hour, and we times by standard rate. So 0.2 we times by 19,500, which is our actual production. We minus with 4,050, which is our actual hour. We times by 15 ringgit, which is our standard rate. So we get 2,250, which is also negative figure, so it is adverse. So next, we need to calculate variable overhead expenditure. We use the formula actual hour times by VOAR minus with AVOC. Our actual hour is 4,050. We times by 20 ringgit and minus with 80,725. So we got 275, which is positive figure, so it is favorable. Then we need to calculate variable overhead efficiency. We use the formula standard hour times by actual production minus with actual hour with times by VOAR. 0.2 times by 19,500 minus with 4,050 times by 20 ringgit. So we got 3,000, which is negative figure, and it is adverse.
Next, we proceed to the next variance, which is fixed overhead expenditure. To find fixed overhead expenditure, we use the formula budgeted production times with fixed overhead per unit minus with actual fixed overhead cost, which is 20,000 times with 5 minus with 100, 4,620. We will get 4,620, which is adverse. Okay, next, fixed overhead volume. To find fixed overhead volume, we use the formula budgeted production, which is 20,000 minus with actual production 19,500 times with fixed overhead absorption rate per unit, which is 5. So we will get 2,500, which is also adverse. Okay, net sales price. To find sales price, we use the formula SSP, which is standard sales price, minus with actual sales price ASP times with actual sales volume. To find actual sales price, we use the formula 5,200 and 4,550 number 27 minus with 524550 over 19,500 times with 90,500, we will get 1,950, which is adverse. And lastly, sales volume. To find sales volume, we use the formula standard sales volume, which is 20,000 minus with actual sales volume 19,500 times with standard sales price, which is 27. So we will get 13,500, also adverse.
The next question is, briefly explain three types of standards. So for the three types of standard is here. So for the first type is basic cost standard. Basic cost standard is standard that remains constant and not adjusted repeatedly. So for the second type is ideal standards. Ideal standards is a standard that based on theoretical concepts that presumes a situation of zero defects. Third type is currently attainable standard. Currently attainable standard is those costs that should be incurred under efficient operating conditions. It is a tight standard but still expected to be attained.